Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be reading thriller books for a full week. I did this video last year and ended up finding some really good books that I still think about to this day. So I'm going to do it again this year, but this year I'm only going to be reading books on my Kindle. I've been looking through Kindle Unlimited thriller books and they have so many good books, like well-known books this year on it. Well, I didn't even have my Kindle last year, so I'm not like trying to compare it to last year. I'm just saying like they have a lot of really well-known books on here. So I'm gonna be starting with Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I have been actually wanting to read this book for probably years now, and the fact that it's now on Kindle Unlimited is just perfect. So this book is about a couple who are married and their marriage is slowly going down the drain. They don't feel connected, so they go away for a weekend in the, I think like the Scottish countryside, and secrets come out, stuff starts happening, and it's not the weekend that they would have hoped for. They wanted to try to like reconnect, fix their marriage, and it does not go that way. So I'm really excited to start this. It is a really short book. I think it's like less than 300 pages on the Kindle. So I'm excited to start it. Hopefully it's a quick read. A lot of the book girlies that I follow on Goodreads from YouTube rated it like 4.5 stars. So it sounds really good. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. I haven't read a thriller in months, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I will try to make it spoiler free, but keep in mind, this also is a reading vlog, so like there's gonna be some spoilers. I'm literally talking about the book. But if I start to talk about anything like major, I'll put a timestamp down below so that y'all can skip it if you don't wanna hear anything. So let's just get right into it. I am 28% of the way through this book and I almost DNF'd it. It took me 2 days to get even 20% of the way into this book. I could not get into it. I think I do know why. I genuinely believe it's not because it's like a bad book. I think it was more so because I am not over Fourth Wing yet. Like Fourth Wing was genuinely so good, it put me into like a reading slump. And I've never even really had a reading slump. Like I have for a few days at a time. I don't really count that as a reading slump, but I went almost a full week without reading after finishing Fourth Wing. So I think I was just like still kind of in that world of like fantasy, and I just couldn't really get into thriller because I haven't read thriller in so long. So I think that's what the issue was, but I'm now 28% of the way in and I'm liking it a lot more. It is starting to give paranormal vibes. Like they're starting to talk about ghosts and stuff. Let me tell you what's going on. They're in this little like chapel in the middle of nowhere. It's like a church that's been renovated, kind of like an Airbnb. And yeah, like I said, they're in the middle of nowhere. There's a snowstorm and weird stuff is starting to happen. Like the power went out and just all this weird stuff is starting to happen. And the way that it's written, you kind of don't know if it's like the wife doing this, the husband doing this. Is it like an outside person doing this? And then they start talking about ghosts, and I'm like, is this gonna turn into a paranormal thriller? That is not what I expected with this book. It doesn't say anything about paranormal on the back of the book in the synopsis, I don't think. I don't know, it's just giving like the weirdest vibes. I'm not saying paranormal thriller is bad. I just have not read one in so long. Personally, I don't associate paranormal with thriller books. Like when I think of a thriller book, I don't even associate anything with ghosts to do with it. Like I always think that whatever happens in the book is gonna be because of like a person, you know? So like, it's taking kind of an odd turn. I don't know for sure if it's paranormal yet. Like I'm gonna laugh if I get to the end and the paranormal really led to nothing. But it's just, those are like the vibes that this book is giving now because of how much they've talked about ghosts. We're getting 3 and 4 point of views kind of. So we're getting the point of views of 3 different people, which is the wife Amelia, the husband Adam, and then this girl named Robin who lives in this like shack in the woods kind of close to the church. But we're getting technically 4 point of views because like 3 of them are present time. You're getting the wife, the husband, and that woman, but then you're also getting the wife's point of view from like the past years on like each of their wedding anniversaries. So like it's a past time, a different time period. And I don't know, 3 or 4 point of views isn't bad to me. I just don't like books that have lots of point of views. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of Lucy Folly, because she has like 8 point of views in all her books and I can't stand it. But the book's getting better. I'm 28% of the way in, and I'm about to binge this book today because I'm behind schedule now since it took me 2 freaking days to read like 75 pages. So yeah, I'll probably talk to y'all later today. It's still early. It's only 11:57 in the morning, but I will probably talk to y'all next, probably when I'm about halfway through. I'm now at 28% of the way, 48% of the way into the book. I've been sitting on the couch reading for probably like an hour and a half, and the book's definitely getting better. I mean, obviously I read 20% in an hour and a half when before it took me 2 days to get 20% of the way in. So it's obviously getting better. They have started talking about some different paranormal stuff, so I'm getting whiplash, honestly. There's 3 different people who all have secrets, and then they're talking about ghosts, now witches. I'm so confused. This book is literally taking so many turns that I did not expect the book to take, which is fine. Like, it's getting better. I genuinely did not expect this at all, and I'm gonna laugh so hard if all of this witch and ghost talk is for nothing, like if it doesn't even end up being anything paranormal related. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, obviously a lot has happened, but I don't want to like say anything that's happened. They're just getting like really spooked in the chapel, like they're trying to go to bed and there's lots of weird noises, and like you're getting that third person's point of view that doesn't live in the chapel but lives close to it. And she's kind of like by her own in the woods. She's like a feral woman, basically. I do have a few guesses to some smaller things that may end up coming to light, so we'll see if those are true. I'm not the kind of person that thinks a thriller book is bad just because I can guess things. Like, you're bound to guess things. If you're good at, like, I don't know. I love mystery, so like I feel like it's easy for me to put 2 and 2 together. So I am fine with it, but I will probably talk to y'all every like quarter of the book. So I talked to y'all around the 25% mark. Now I'm talking to you around the halfway mark, and then I'll probably talk to y'all again around 75%. And then obviously when I finish, I don't think this book is going to be anything over 4 stars. I really don't. Like, it did take me a while to get into the book, which again could be because of Fourth Wing, but it's not bad, but it's not amazing by any means. So unless there's some like, I guess I am still only halfway through, like something crazy could happen to where I'm just like mind blown, but I just don't think it's going to be over a 4 star. Either way, y'all will hear more from me in a little bit. I'm going to sit here, keep reading, and I'm determined to finish this book by, honestly, either tonight or tomorrow. I'm now 77% of the way into this book, and the biggest plot twist just happened. I actually had to go back and like reread a paragraph or 2 because I was so confused. I was like, what is happening right now? But basically, one of the point of views, because we were getting different point of views from different characters and stuff, one of the point of views that I've been reading throughout the whole book, because I mean, you get different point of views it like rotates between 3 or 4 people. So like one of the point of views that I've been reading ended up not being in the point of view from the person I thought it was from. And it makes sense now because going back and looking at those chapters, the person never said their name. And so now everything like clicks into place, and I'm like, oh, so I did not see this coming at all. I'm so surprised. Actually, a few different things just came to light. And so there were a few different plot twists, but that was probably the biggest one, realizing that one of the point of views that I thought was from one person actually wasn't from that person's point of view. It was from another person's. And that's what contributed to like the whole plot twist. So yeah, I'm 77% of the way through. I am definitely going to finish this book today. It's getting so much better. It's still not like a crazy good book. Like I would recommend it, but I'm not like raving over it. It'll probably be like a 3.75. But it's gotten a lot better than the first 20% whenever I could not get into it. So I'm happy to say that, but yeah, it's pretty good. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the next day from the last time that I talked to y'all, and I finished Rock, Paper, Scissors last night at like 12:30 in the morning. This book was so confusing, but like kind of in a good way. So I finished the book, and I think the last time I talked to y'all, I told y'all about like this big plot twist and like how someone's point of view was in like a different point of view from what I thought it was. There ended up being a few more plot twists at the very end. And it honestly did have, so the very last chapter, okay, there wasn't necessarily an epilogue, but the very last chapter was in the point of view of someone that like wasn't even a character in this story. When I turned from the last page to the last chapter and it said Sam at the top, I was like this guy was a character, but he was only very, very, very briefly mentioned. And I don't understand why he had a chapter at the end. It kind of made sense, it kind of didn't. But in the last literally paragraph of this book, it went back to like the paranormal stuff. So I think that there was some paranormal stuff going on in this world, but it had nothing to do with like what the main plot of the book was. I don't even understand why the paranormal stuff was really put into this book. I don't even know why I'm going on about the paranormal stuff when, like I said, it wasn't even important to the book. But I didn't love the ending. I did not love it. Like I said, more stuff ended up coming out and I did not really enjoy how it ended. It did have some good plot twists, but overall, I did not like how it ended. I don't even know how else to rephrase that. And I don't want to like spoil. That's one thing I just will not spoil at all is the ending. But who ended up with who, didn't love. How the book ended, just didn't love. Like, I don't know. And some of the stuff just didn't make sense to me. Like stuff that was said in like the beginning or middle of the book and then how it ended. I don't understand how it came together like that. Like, I don't know. It was confusing. That being said, I think I still am going to give this book like a 3.5, 3.75. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'd still recommend it to anyone. There like no spice in the book if anyone cares to know. And it wasn't amazing. Okay, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible, and it was a good, fast read. On the Kindle, when I finished the book, I was at less than 300 pages. I was like, what? I think when I clicked off the book, I was only at like 280 pages, which is the shortest book I have ever read on the Kindle. So there's that, but I have no idea what I'm going to read next. Like, absolutely no idea. I love how my screensaver, not my screensaver, but like the lock screen is literally a horror book on Kindle Unlimited. It's called The Doll's House by Lisa Unger. And it says, falling in love, keeping secrets. He's turned both into an art form. That sounds kind of good. Oh, it's a short story though. It's not like a full length book. I don't know what I'm going to read. I need to scroll through Kindle Unlimited and see. I was going to read a Freida McFadden book because her books tend to be very fast paced for me too. But I don't love Freida McFadden. I think her books are a little cringy and her books also don't make sense to me either. Like, stuff just contradicts itself and it just doesn't really make sense. So I don't know if I want to read another one of her books, honestly, at least not right now. So I'm going to scroll through here. I'll probably talk to y'all next time once I've already started the next book, because I'm about to start a new vlog, not for anything reading wise, but just like a new couple days in the life vlog. I'm going to Sonic to get the 99-cent mozzarella sticks that they're doing today. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm gonna figure out what book I'm gonna read and then I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I am actually pretty far in already. I've read 32% of the book and this book is so good, you guys. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm getting like almost a 5-star feeling. For those who don't know, I'll give y'all, I haven't even actually said verbally what I'm reading yet. So I'm reading the book, The Last Word. I don't even see, who is this by? It's by Taylor Adams. I've never read a book by this author before, but this book is about a woman who lives on the beach, kind of in an isolated area, and she's reading a book one day and ends up hating the book, and so she leaves a 1-star review online, and she basically shit talks the author and the book, and the author comes back at her online and is like, can you please take this review down? You don't realize that, you know, I worked really hard on this book and you're hurting my chances of getting more books published. And, you know, like, this is my financial security and you're just like slandering me basically. And she's like, respectfully, no, like, this is supposed to be a forum, like a safe place for people to write their positive and negative reviews. Like, I'm not taking it down. They go at it for a little bit, back and forth. And then after that, at night, weird stuff starts happening around the house that she's in, which I learned it's not even her house. She's house sitting for like this random lady, but weird stuff starts happening at night. And guys, when I tell you I was spooked, like genuinely spooked. And the funny part is, just like the last book that I read, literally just like rock, paper, scissors, I did not think this book would have anything paranormal to it. And at first, the way that the author was writing this, I was like, is this paranormal too? Like, she was seeing like ghosts in her room at night. And I'm like, what are all these paranormal things going on in these books? Like, I've only ever read one paranormal thriller book in my life, and now I'm getting like 2 back to back, but I don't think it's actually paranormal because more stuff has like come out now to kind of like explain that stuff. But I was getting so spooked. I was reading a majority of this book last night, like it was dark out, and I was reading in bed. And especially after my boyfriend went to bed and I was laying in the dark reading, like I had to put the book down because I was getting so freaked out, and I was scared that I was gonna have nightmares about what I read, because it was just really, I don't know, books that are more realistic freak me out more, because obviously like it's more likely to happen to you in real life. And so I don't know, this book is honestly giving me like the heebie-jeebies. I'm not even gonna lie. It's kind of scary, but I like it. So now that it's daytime, I can read a lot more. So yeah, I'm on chapter 8, which is 32% of the way in, and I genuinely think that I might finish this book tomorrow. Like, it might take me 2 full days to read this book, which is really fast for me. Yeah, it's just really, really good. The weird stuff has started happening. I don't really want to spoil the book, but basically she is being like, I don't know, stalked by this author, and he's like showing up at her house and just being really creepy. No one needs someone showing up at their house in the middle of the night, you know? Like, it's just weird. The most random thing ever, also, her dog in this book is named Leica, after the dog that NASA, I think it was NASA, sent into space in like the 50s, that they literally sent up there to let die. I know there's a lot of controversy over that dog, how NASA just like sent this dog up there to die. But she named her dog after that, and it's just really sweet, because the way that the author writes this, she'll talk to the dog and it's like the dog is talking back to her, because the woman is like so alone. And so it's like the dog and her are having conversations, which is funny because like I feel like a lot of dog owners do the same thing. It's like, I'll say something, like for example, me, like I'll say something to my dog and then I'll talk back in like a baby voice as if my dog is talking back to me. Does anyone else do that? I know like my friends and stuff do, but yeah, I don't know. That was just like kind of a sad but like sweet part of the book, how she named her dog after the dog that NASA killed. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I am going to keep reading and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I only have 20% left in this book. I'm 80% of the way in, and I'm at the moment, I've been dreading this whole book. So I told y'all about Leica, which is like the space dog. She named her dog after the space dog. And basically right now, I'm not gonna like try to spoil anything, but right now the killer sees the dog, and I have a feeling that he's gonna try to take the dog, and I don't know if he's gonna kill it or what, but that is one thing that I just cannot do in books. Like, killing people in books is fine, but killing a dog, I can't do it, and I'm so scared to keep reading. I'm literally in the middle of the chapter right now, and he just saw the dog. I'm so scared right now. I literally can't do this. I just accidentally, I have this weird thing to where I literally will like, my eyes will skim the page and I don't even mean to. And I think I just saw something that I shouldn't have seen. And I'm not even joking. Like, I don't know if I can read this. I don't know if I can read this page right now. Oh my God, is anyone else like this? Like, you're fine reading about people dying in books, but when it comes to animals, like, I just cannot do this. Oh my God, such a turn of events. I literally was like reading the page like through my fingers as if it was like a horror movie. And the next chapter, like I was reading the hard page that I said I couldn't read, and then I went to the next chapter, and this could be good. This might be good news. This has turned out to be so sad. Oh my God. I literally cannot stand reading about people like grieving over other people, because then it just makes me think of like, sorry if y'all hear thunder in the background. I have like a rain ambiance on, but I know there's a motorcycle revving. But yeah, reading about people like grieving over other people and like missing them is like one of the saddest things for me to read about. The way that I agree with Destiny by saying that this was the best thriller book I've ever read. Well, she didn't say the best one she's ever read. She said the best one she's ever read in 2023. This was literally like the best thriller book I've ever read. The ending of this book the amount of plot twists, the whiplash that I got, the emotional damage that it got from me, I cried. Oh my god, I literally like don't even know what to say about this book. So first, I just want to say that this book was terrifying to me. Like, I got the chills, I got the goosebumps multiple times while reading this. I think it's the fact of like being in such an isolated area and having these like floor to window ceilings, floor to ceiling windows. Am I okay? The fact that having all of that and being like circled and watched by a crazy man with a gun and someone who's like trying to kill you is terrifying to me, absolutely terrifying. I already don't like being able to see through windows in the dark, and the fact of being in an isolated place and knowing that someone's out there trying to get into the house to kill you, it was kind of giving me When a Stranger Calls vibes. So if any of y'all seen that, I think that Aria from Pretty Little Liars was in that early 2000s movie, but that was the same way. Like, not knowing if the person that's trying to kill you is in the house or not is the worst feeling in the world. And some of the stuff that she was describing, and just, it was terrifying. Like, I think I said in a clip before that I was getting scared reading this book at nighttime. And again, last night I was laying in bed reading after my boyfriend went to sleep in the pitch black, and I started hearing noises in my bedroom and like out here in the living room, and I literally thought I was about to die. I was like, I have to put this book down. I'm freaking myself out. I don't want to have nightmares. I'm scared someone's now in my apartment. Like, books like this just get me so much more. I don't know. The ending was absolutely insane. There were so many different plot twists that like you thought the book was going to end on that plot twist, and then you got another plot twist, and it's just like, what is going on? But the very last chapter, first of all, well, the epilogue was so sad, so happy but so sad, but the last like real chapter, my mouth was like hung open. And let's just say that the real person who was like the real bad person, I guess you could say, got what they deserved, and that made me really happy. That being said, I don't know if I want to rate this 4.5 stars or 5. As much as I feel like it was like the best thriller book I've ever read, it definitely was the best thriller book I've ever read, but like that doesn't mean it's also a 5-star. I feel like there's something missing. I feel like there is just something missing to make it a 5-star, which is why I would give it a 4.5. And that's fine. A 4.5 is like still an unbelievable good book. So I feel like it's going to end up being a 4.5. I don't know. I could always change my rating. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 to start out with. And then if I just happen to like keep thinking about this book non-stop, I can always up it to a 5-star. So that's where this video is going to end. I have read 2 full books this week, and they were both really good books. This second one was absolutely amazing. I got into it right away. I would recommend this second book to anyone. Maybe not if you're alone in your house. Maybe don't read this. Maybe wait till it's daytime, or if you have people with you, because I mean, this book's freaky, guys. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I love every single one of you. Make sure to follow me on everything. Everything's always linked down below. Instagram, Goodreads. I just listed some more stuff on my Depop. I have my Etsy. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.